think that's going to be a sell or anything.
Nah, I don't think it'll do anything yet.
That's a nothing. That is just a slight drizzle part.
Just what you check that.
Pretty much.
We're talking about
Yeah,
this in the first hour. It was near Sheffield at that point. If anyone is near Leeds, though, do let us know what your conditions are.
Yeah, the radar's not showing that show yet. Well, it's definitely precipitation over the island and just off the west of Scotland. To see it.
So as you can see at the top right hand side of your screen, so far we can confirm that 4 daily records have been broken for UK temperature records. No monthly records yet, at least not in this country, and no all-time records at this point. However, there are 2 locations where monthly records are tied right now elsewhere in the European continent, at Groningen in the Netherlands and at Malmö in Sweden. Monthly records are tied there.
Well, it's very bad thunderstorms in Eastern Europe. Also down into Greece and also Italy.
Indeed, as we mentioned earlier on.
Yeah.
It's like some of them might be borderline severe. What the heck was that?
Sorry?
You got something
The
different.
heck was that beep?
What beep?
I heard a beep on Discord.
I saw the die, I heard the beat myself.
Oh, that's probably what it was.
You were saying?
It looks like there's some severe storms kicking up over the Mediterranean.
Okay, alright.
Well, near the Mediterranean, you get what I mean.
Yeah, radar's full of them lately. Yeah. Even Turkey's quite lively too. A lot of rain going in there. Interesting.
That's just a reminder there of those hottest places right now, and the excessive heat warning is currently in effect for eastern parts and southeastern parts of England. Temperatures could reach 35 degrees in these areas, and maybe more with the way it's been going so far. However, at Force 13 HQ, the temperature's up again here, actually, up to 29 at this point. That's because I think we just had a little bit of sunshine poking through. Now you can see it's pretty much partly cloudy. It's like the tropics, I suppose.
As a bit. It's 25, yeah.
In a few moments we will have some more information about any potential record-breaking temperatures. Just another little look at what thunderstorms we have. There is a new one that's just popped up south of Grenoble in southern France, but there's very little going on in the UK at this point. So, thunderstorm watchers, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer still.
London's now up to 33 degrees.
Where exactly?
Yeah, very
near the centre of London.
According to which station?
Oh, you're right enough there for that.
Hang on.
It's probably true, but we can't confirm it at this moment.
Yeah, but we'll try and do that. Yeah, I'm seeing 33 myself later.
Eh?
I'm seeing 33 myself. Interesting.
So that's 33 degrees in the last, 34 actually in Heathrow in the last hour.
Yeah.
Gatwick's still at 32.
Aye, it's my fault.
So that is the latest. Heathrow now at 34 degrees Celsius. I'll mark it. Just so that everyone is aware.
Very nasty thunderstorm in south of France, yeah. Down at Impria. That's quite interesting.
Oh my god, I was sweating so bad right
What's that, Luke?
now. I was sweating so bad right now.
It must be quite hot, Birmingham. Must be 30 down in Birmingham, I just know.
So that's the current temperature, 34 degrees in
No, you've done the
Heathrow area.
34 there.
So I may as well continue to, I'll update this graphic as and when.
Yeah, of course. I'll get a drink in a minute.
It's now 29 degrees at Birmingham.
Oh, it's very close.
29 degrees at Birmingham, you say?
Yep. I have surpassed my forecast.
Not mine, though.
But what is your...
The forecast for Birmingham today was 30, according to us.
But what is your forecast time?
Here at HQ, I can't actually remember. I think it was... Well, yesterday it was forecasted 30. Now the forecast is 29.
29. Far off that.
We've already reached 29 today,
Oh,
however,
so-
and we're now at 29.5.
Yeah, it's 30.
I'm just going to update the temperatures, and as I do that, I'll read off what the latest temperatures are everywhere. First of all, in Lerwick, in the Shetland Islands, we don't have any information on that right now, so we're going to go with 17 based on that report earlier. In Wick, it's now 20. That's one away from the forecast. Stornoway remains at 19. Inverness is at 25, down one actually at Inverness. Aberdeen remains at 23. Dundee is up 1 to 20, 3 degrees off its forecast. Stirling at 26, 2 off its forecast. Glasgow now at 25, 3 degrees off its forecast. Edinburgh is now at 26, 1 degree off its forecast high. Carlisle is at 26, 1 off its forecast. Newcastle up to 27, 2 off its forecast. Belfast is still at 23, 2 degrees off its forecast high. Lancaster at this point is at 22, that's up 1, still some way off its forecast. York is still at 27, high of 30 predicted. Leeds, we don't have a latest report there. We're going to go with 27, 3 off its high. Dublin is at 22, I think. Might still be 23. 22, yes. Temperature's going down now.
Yeah.
Bradford Airport, Leeds is 27 degrees.
Is it? Well,
Yep.
that's what we went with. Manchester is actually down 1 to 27 at this hour. Liverpool is up 2 to 26, 4 degrees of its forecast. Sheffield, we don't have a report there either, but we assume temperatures are rising. We're going with 29. The high predicted there is 31. At Stoke, 28. That's 1 off its forecast now. I'm only saying all these because I'm updating the bottom bar as we go along, and when I finish this list you'll see it all nice and updated. Nottingham is up to 30 degrees, joining the 30 club at this hour. interesting that we've got Birmingham now at 30 degrees as well, Leighton.
Ooh, hello.
And Leicester at 30 as well.
That heat's definitely spreading around now.
Yeah, so
Norwich still at 31 as it was in the last hour. Going down now to Swansea, up to 23, 2 off its forecast. Cardiff is up to 25, 2 off its forecast. Gloucester is up 2 to 30, that is now level with its forecast. Bristol is up 1 to 28, that is 1 off its high forecast. Oxford is now at 31, that's actually down 1 in the last hour. Cambridge is still at 32, it stayed there for an hour. London at the latest, we're going with the Heathrow temperature of 34 is the current temperature, expecting a high of 35. Canterbury is at 30, same as last hour. Southampton up to 31, that's up 2, just 1 off its forecast. Exeter is now at 25. I thought something went wront there. It's still 25, that's the same as it was in the last hour. Plymouth down 1 to 24, it beat its forecast by a degree earlier. And Penzance is at 24, it's levelled its forecast. And Jersey on the Channel Islands is now at 20, still at 23, that hasn't changed. The forecast for there today is 26. We'll be able to digest that information shortly and find out whether we've got any more new daily, monthly or all-time records in the UK, and we'll bring that to you shortly. In the last 2 hours, Benson, Gatwick, Heathrow and Stansted set new daily heat records. Lee, any comment?
I'm just exploring just now, just keep an eye on the temperatures, so it's good on. So, while I'm quiet, I am exploring nation and keep an eye. If anything interesting comes up, I'll sort of let you know.
So that's the latest information, and we have no changes to any of the warnings in this hour. 34 degrees was reached at Heathrow, and all the other temperatures that I recounted to you are now current on the bottom of your screen. So those are the current temperatures versus their forecast highs, and you can see how everywhere is doing this afternoon. This is Heatwave Live on Force 13 Live, and it's going to turn into severe weather live later, I think.
I do agree.
Although I suppose you could call this severe weather.
Actually, the temperatures are severe. Yeah.
No news on any thunderstorm activities.
Not yet, there's nothing on radar yet.
So Leighton, can you remind us what timings you think we're looking at here?
Looking at the 06Z modelling, which is the latest available at the moment, thunderstorms should start developing around 15Z, which is about 4 PM.
45 minutes time.
So it won't be till 4 o'clock.
According to the GFS on the 06Z, yeah.
Now, the Met Office radar that you showed before is now picking up a few very small rain areas near Ripon in North Yorkshire and near Pickering.
I saw that long ago.
They're not thunderstorms, at least we don't think so, but there is some rain systems developing in Ripon, which is a town to the northwest of Yorkshire, of York. Sorry, it's somewhere around here, just off the motorway.
Oh yes, radar I've got to pick them up. Yes.
I'll mark them in blue at this point.
Start to pick them up.
It is
Quite large blue. So, places that have got rain so far, I'm going to mark in big blue circles. Ripon.
Yeah, that's correct.
There's Sal popping up near Pickering as well.
And as I said, that's what I said just a moment ago as well, at Pickering, which is somewhere over here.
But
So if you're looking for rain, go there.
yeah,
Very
I
small
would
cells.
gladly go there.
Very small cells there.
shit.
Please send in your observations. If you've got any text observations, you can send them in the chat along with any of your questions or comments for us. Start your message with Force 13, it will light up big and bright for me. You can also send in any images you've got or videos throughout today of anything to do with the current weather. Send it to us on one of our Facebook pages. Just search Force 13 or Force 13 UK and you should be able to find our Facebook pages. So the busy day gets busier as we now have our first rain on the radar, which those people will be very happy about. Just a little incidental here as well. There is another small rain area in the Wash right now.
There is. I saw that as well.
There's small area of rain appearing to the northwest of Sheffield now as well.
And since we're going to go crazy with annotations, I'm going to annotate as well the rain band that's moving into Scotland. A line of rain showers.
Yeah, it's still off the coast though, something water.
That's moving through at this time.
Yeah, big bands coming through Ireland as well. Yeah,
So
places
one-
in Western Ireland are having a miserable afternoon. The rain.
Yeah, it does look like there's a squall line about to move through
That's
that
quite-
area.
And here's a much bigger rain band
Yeah, there's a big one in Ireland.
moving through the western coast of Ireland. So this is your UK picture right now. The blue circle, the light blue circle there, is where we expect thunderstorms to occur this afternoon. The grey area there is where we expect thunderstorms to occur later tonight between 6 PM and midnight. We will be staying on the air all afternoon, probably for some part of the evening as well.
Yeah, very interesting.
Making ourselves comfortable.
Comfortable in this heat, yeah, sure.
Indeed. Well, Leighton isn't comfortable, but it's certainly lovely and nice in here.
Yeah, it's good to as well at the moment, it's comfortable.
Sorry?
I'd say it's comfortable here, it's 25, so it's comfortable here.
I don't
Indeed.
like the heat.
I don't like the heat either later that, so
You know,
once it
looking
gets to a
through
certain
outside,
point, it's just a joke.
it is more cloudy than not here at Force 13 HQ, so it's very interesting how the temperature's staying high. It's very much like what we saw in July 2015, but not quite as hot. The temperature now at Force 13 HQ, 28.5.
Right. The cloud cover's dropping it.
It's the latest view out of Force 13 HQ. You can see the sun rays passing through some of those cloud gaps.
I can't see it on the stream, you're showing the map on the stream.
Well, you're on a 15-second delay, aren't you?
That's what
So, could we just recap some of those temperatures that have just been recorded? Because I'm just wondering if we're close to any monthly records yet. The Heathrow temperature is apparently near 34 degrees. Now, it's a long way, a long way to set a new monthly record there, isn't it, Lee? You remember in 2015 the temperature reached
Yes.
37?
It did.
At
Got 3
Heathrow?
degrees off it. Yeah.
Because of all those planes going by, probably.
Yeah, I think it might have been overdone that.
Well,
34 for Heathrow.
That's why I'd be very careful with Heathrow Nation, because there is a lot of planes that are
busiest
departing
airport in the
and
country. A
arriving
lot
there,
of,
so,
you know,
yeah.
there's a lot of weather stations at the airports there. Although in Manchester,
Gatwick's a bit, because Gatwick's isn't it? Gatwick's not as big.
Manchester's actually often much cooler than the temperature here, for instance.
Is it?
By some degrees, several degrees. Amsterdam, Schiphol Airport in the Netherlands.
That's
The
quite
current
big
temperature
too.
there is 32. Nope, 33 Celsius. The record there is the monthly record there is 34. It's already broken the daily record. But in the UK, so far we've got 4 daily records confirmed.
Where did you say Amsterdam was?
I beg your pardon?
Where did you say Amsterdam's airport was? I'm
Schiphol
getting a
Airport.
ridiculous reading right now.
Sorry?
And I'm getting a very ridiculous reading right now for Amsterdam. It says it's 38.
That's not what we have here.
That's not right, that isn't right at all. That's why I'm agreeing with you more there. That's ridiculous. 38.
According to whom?
Well, I'm getting I'm in where the underground temperatures. You know, where the underground does all different stations and all that. So
Well, not many of
just
them
trying to
are
find out
official,
what-
are they?
this one's a DPIGP station.
Well,
Yeah, that's too
I don't know
high.
about
That's
that.
too high for me, that one. Yeah. I don't agree with it, Nathan. I'm just telling you it's bizarre. That was
sounds very strange.
indeed.
So if you're looking for rain in the UK right now, rain-starved people, another small area of rain. Oh yes, rain. It actually exists. Another small area of rain has started just to the north, just to the southwest of Barnsley.
I wonder if this is it starting, Nathan. I wonder if this is just the early stages.
Very early stages
Yeah.
still. So another
Yeah.
little rain area there that we can put on our screen, and we're sort of tracking rain cells, folks.
Whereas how desperate we are.
We're tracking tiny areas of rain. That's what it's got to in this country this year.
A south's just gone off over the North Sea and they've escaped.
Escapeness.
Jesus Christ, I can't talk.
There it is, moving a bit further north there, so that's where the rain is. There's also a very tiny patch just forming south of Peterborough, so we'll be watching that one as well. Yeah, this is pretty much where we're at right now. And those severe thunderstorm watches remain in effect in those pale colours. Pale pinkish colour.
Indeed.
34 so far, the highest that's been seen. That's at Heathrow. That, we believe, is official and confirmed.
Yeah, it's 34 in Gatwick still.
I've not had a confirmation on that one.
On what?
Gatwick, you said.
Oh, Gatwick. Aye, it says 34. But I do believe could be the case, yeah.
How interesting.
We just need confirmation, guys. I'll keep an eye on it.
So remarkable temperatures have been seen already, although I have to say the highest temperatures have really been a little bit further west than we were first thinking, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We're expecting the highest temperatures today to be occurring in a little circle round here in Kent. That's,
What, where that yellow
I
thunderstorm
sort of thought.
that's where we're expecting the highest of the temperatures today, in this area here. But now, as you can
Yeah.
see, the highest temperatures are actually occurring a little bit further west.
Doesn't surprise me though, to an extent that. Especially okay, so.
Hello.
Oh, welcome back, Daniel.
Daniel's back.
Yes,
Thank
I
goodness for that.
returned.
Enjoy your lunch.
So where have you been?
Joy Jordan.
I've just been having my lunch.
And now you've returned. And
Yes, I've
how's the
returned.
weather looking? Clouding over, right?
Yeah, it is. It's got a lot cloudier, yeah. Still very bright though.
It's the view again. Looking outside of Force 13 HQ. The news from earlier, Benson, Gatwick, Heathrow and Stansted have all set daily heat records. We're waiting for confirmation on some more locations. In the UK, of course. And we do now have a confirmation of one other, actually. It is Odiham, I believe it's pronounced, which is, I think it's in Surrey, or maybe it's in Hampshire. It's not far from Farnham. The temperature there is now 31 degrees Celsius. We'll mark it out on the map here, and we'll do this with future items as well. Odiham is the latest location to have a new daily temperature record set. There it is on the screen right now, 31 degrees Celsius at that location. That is now number 5 for our UK temperature records. And we're probably going to get a few more confirmed pretty shortly as well, if they are indeed out there.
From the severe thunderstorms over the Netherlands, there's numerous reports damaging winds and heavy rain.
Damaging winds and heavy... I'm sorry, say again.
Numerous reports of damaging winds and heavy rain coming in from the Netherlands.
Really?
Yeah. There's no wind values on there, but there is wind damage from those storms.
From the storms.
Rain-wise, let's see if there's any 65 millimeters from one storm. It's the only 85 millimeters from another one. I'm surprised they've had flash flooding out there. There's no specific wind measurements on the wind reports though.
Interesting. We're just a little bit silent here because we're just well, I'm playing about with a few things, but that is interesting that some of those thunderstorms could be damaging, and that is something to watch later on as they begin to impact the UK. What about your area, Birmingham, Leighton? Do you think there'll be thunderstorms there?
We always seem to miss the storms.
No, that's us.
And me.
That's up
Feels
here.
like me as well. There is a storm blowing off near me. It's over the other side of the city. How typical.
Would you be able to show us some screen share again? Is that possible?
Oh, come on, Discord, stop playing. Do you know?
Let's do it now again.
There it is.
Yeah, HQ.
Just a moment on that.
I'm located in here somewhere. Southwest side of Birmingham.
What's that?
I'm located in the southwest
Yeah, okay.
side of Birmingham, and this storm's blowing up way to my northeast.
That's quite some distance away, to be fair.
Shame it wasn't on top of me. I'd gladly go outside and get soaked.
And
Right,
you're
here we
gonna
go.
film that live, right? If that happens today?
Ah, I'd love to. There was a style going up near Barnsley. Pickering one seems to have weakened. Once it.
Well, it never really got.
Never really
You know,
got
it's just one of those little
Just
things.
pop-ups, showers, really. Go wait for the cap to break before anything can develop anyway.
It's fun, so.
Hmm?
There are quite often telephones going off in the office, yes.
Must have been some fan eager to get in touch.
Well, there's other ways to do that whilst we're on the air here. Unfortunately, we don't have a receptionist to take their call.
Yeah.
Ah, what are you looking at now, Leighton?
The storm reports from Holland. It's on the European Severe Weather Database. Yeah, it was one of them that I was on about. 65mm in an hour.
I can barely see that text there, but yeah, we'll take
Yeah,
your
I
word for it.
I could drop the link on Discord if you want.
Well, I won't. I've got my hands full here, so I won't be able to showcase that. But that's fine. Again, if you've got any observations from your part of the UK today,
It's interesting, Leighton.
and what your temperature is, or what your conditions are, send them in. Any images, any videos, either today, either now or later. Send them in to the Facebook page, as Leighton shows us the latest radar. Did you just reload the page then?
Mm-hmm. It's kind of slow to load.
Yeah, I'll say.
There's the score line moving in.
Just
Oh,
waiting
wasn't too far.
for something here. Oh. I was just getting ready to confirm something then, but
Then someone's watching football, it sounds
I heard that.
like.
What was that all about?
Arsenal's played next race. Got a fine.
We've got news of a 6th location that has broken a daily temperature record. Milden Hall in Suffolk has reached 32. I keep making that mistake. 33 degrees. The previous daily record for July 26 was 32. Also, I believe there's another one here at Fairford. Fairford. I'm just trying to get that one confirmed here. But I believe we can confirm that one. Fairford is currently at 29 degrees Celsius. The previous high was 28 on this day. The record for the month is 34. Have you got something there, Leighton? Sorry, Daniel, go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just going to say I've got something I'd like to share.
Oh.
It's a temperature map.
Oh. Can you screen share?
Oh yeah, just give me a second.
Let me drop mine.
Ah.
That's as of the Met Office, yes. Also, Middle Wallop has set a new daily high temperature record as well. The current temperature there, 30 degrees Celsius. The previous high on this day was 29.4. The monthly record is 35. Daniel's going through the temperature forecast there as we move along.
New storm popping up near Lille, on the Belgian border, I believe. Yeah, on the Belgian border.
And we've got news of a thunderstorm over land in the UK. Let's quickly get to the map to see where it is.
It's near Derby.
We have a thunderstorm alert currently active in the Nottingham area. There is a thunderstorm near Long Eaton and is likely to move into Nottingham shortly. That's the latest thunderstorm alert. That's the first one of the day. We have arrived. So that is the first thunderstorm alert of today. We'll get rid of those rain indicators. So, those who are suffering in the UK right now, we have our first thunderstorm alert of the day. And we have that on breaking news here.
First thunderstorm.
Daniel,
Yes.
what are your thoughts? First thunderstorm alert of the day.
Well, it's a shame it's not over.
Not over your house.
How long do you think this heat wave will go on for as long as the one in June?
No.
No.
It's supposed to get a little cool at the weekend, but it's supposed to warm up again next week. First week of August next month.
Could do.
So it's possible.
I am now forecast for 31 degrees. Lovely.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just change it as the temperature goes up.
Yeah. Kind of annoying.
Yeah, I've had to notice.
We've got some breaking news. This is not official information, and I don't know if anyone here could get some official information for us, but we now have 3 locations in the Netherlands that have tied their all-time records. Leeuwarden has reached, according to this information, 34 degrees Celsius, tying the all-time record for that location. Gilles region, I've no idea how that's pronounced. Gilles region or something. No idea. I'm not Dutch. I'm not double Dutch either. The temperature there is apparently 37 degrees Celsius, tying the all-time record at that location. Rotterdam Airport is apparently at 35 Celsius, tying the all-time record at that location. In Belgium, Schaffen is apparently at 36 degrees Celsius, which would also be tying its all-time record. That's new information here. And Groningen is still tying its monthly record at 35, and Amsterdam, now Schiphol Airport, has now tied its monthly record at 34. That's the latest news from the continent. Lee, your reaction, please.
Yeah, everyone is continuing to heat up across the continent and also here. At the moment, I'm just on the section, keep an eye on the temperatures. So if I've got anything interesting, I'll let you know.
Daniel?
Nothing currently. But if there's
Okay.
anything interesting.
Right,
I'll-
very, very. It's that hot you can put your dinner
Disappointing.
on a carb on it.
How would it taste, though?
That's what I'd love to know. But,
Depends if the cow's been washed.
just
Maybe
to tell you, by
maybe-
the way, what you know, Dan, you actually do that in Australia. You actually put your breakfast on the carbonate.
Maybe someone should try it out on the team and give us a report.
That's it. It was actually David that told me that.
Of course. We've got more news here of records that have toppled, daily records. Coningsby is now apparently at 31 degrees Celsius. Coningsby is in Lincolnshire. Coningsby is now apparently at 31 Celsius. The daily record was 36. The monthly record stands at 32. 33.2. We also have news from Sumber. Or Sumber. In the islands, one of the, what's the name of them now? The top islands. Sumber Cape is now at 19 degrees Celsius. Doesn't sound very warm, but it's actually beaten the daily record of that location. It was 18.
Reports of thunderstorm. I should say Long Eaton.
Long Eaton, we had that, yep. We'll get right on top of that shortly. If you've got any information from the Long Eaton area, please send it in to us. We'd love to hear from you.
And that storm near Nottingham's intensified.
That's the same one.
Yeah.
Although I'm not seeing much evidence of intensification at this point. It's still not strong enough to classify it as even a level 1 storm at this point, so let's not get carried away with that storm. But we now have 10 daily records that have fallen here in the UK so far.
They have fallen and cannot get up.
Indeed they have. We also now have news, Daniel.
Yeah.
We also now have news from East Midlands Airport, which has now apparently reached 30 degrees Celsius. That has broken a daily record there as well for this day. The previous record, 29.
What's the record's been broken?
Boscombe Down is at 30 degrees Celsius. The previous daily record, 29. Birmingham Airport, 30 degrees Celsius. The previous record on this day was 29.
Barely broke it.
Northolt has now officially broken its record as well. It's now at 33 Celsius. The previous record was 32.2. News from Shawbury. The temperature there now is at 28. The previous record was 27.8. That is a new daily record there as well. Other places that may break a record imminently are Wittering, which is currently tying its record, Scampton also tying, and Humberside.
Oh, I'm getting some wind here. Feels nice.
And Cranwell is not too far from its record as well for this day. We'll wait to see whether we get any monthly records that get broken in the next few hours as it gets very hot indeed. Daniel,
Yes.
your thoughts again. Okay. Actually, no, just cut away here. There's an interesting thunderstorm that has just formed by the looks of things in somewhere in northern France. Heading for the Channel Islands, actually.
Yeah, about to spot
Still too far away for us to be able to put it on our map.
Yeah, it's still
Hackney or whatever it
Sorry?
is. Near Hackney or whatever it is.
Don't bother with your French pronunciations, please.
In pronunciations on there or English?
Yeah. English versions, I guess. So, 15 daily temperature records have been set today, which is interesting. No monthly records at this point, no all-time records. I mean, you know, it's so likely that you will get daily records being broken on particular days, because these heat waves only happen on a particular day in a year. So, you know, it is not really a surprise to see quite a few at this point. It will be more of a surprise if we see some monthly records get broken. That's when it really gets serious, right?
Yeah.
Yep, good different.
So that's the latest. That's what we've got. Excessive heat warnings over much of the southeast of England. Heat advisories for large parts of the country as well. Severe thunderstorm watches for those areas, and they could materialise very soon now that we're seeing some of these first potential thunderstorm occurrences. Although I don't see, hold on a minute. Ah yes, now we're seeing now we've got some significant evidence of thunderstorms forming, especially the one near Nottingham, but there could be one. There is a significant rainstorm forming over Leicester, and there is one just northwest of Wakefield. They could also develop into thunderstorm cells very shortly indeed.
Not seen any recent strikes on
So
the
if-
Nottingham storm.
yeah. So if you're in any of those areas, then please send us a message with your observations, and as I've been saying,
I've got something I'd like to share.
Yep.
It's a lightning and thunderstorms map.
yeah, well we've already got those as well.
Oh, okay,
Leighton
then.
screen shares them quite often. But would you be able to show us outside your window, Daniel?
It might be a bit tricky, but I'll see what I can do.
Here's the view again from Force 13 HQ. Current temperature here is 28.5.
So I've just got up here, it's 6.
26. Jamie's just posted telling us it's cleared up in Exeter now and showing 27 degrees. That's pretty much what we envisaged at the start of today's show. And it would clear up again there, and it would maybe cloud over again later tonight. But after those flurry of temperature readings that came through just then, this is the situation. 15 locations have broken their daily temperature records. Those locations are Benson, Fairford, Heathrow, Odiham, Gatwick, Mildenhall, Stansted, Coningsby, Sumber Cape, East Midlands, Boscombe Down, Birmingham Airport, Northolt, and Shawbury. And Bryce Norton earlier on as well, I believe. That's 15, isn't it?
Don't know, I wasn't
Yeah.
there.
Other locations that could break those records in the next hour: Wittering, Scampton, Humberside, and Cranwell. They're very close in this hour. And maybe later on today you might hear from Yeovilton, Middle Wallop. Oh, we had Middle Wallop, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that was the 15th. I don't think Bryce Norton had it then. And Wattisum. We had that one earlier.
Yeah, I might be able to show outside, but I'll need to leave the live event and rejoin on my phone. So
Oh, right.
Okay, I'll do that now.
And just a notice about Paris, Lee. The temperature at Charles de Gaulle Airport, 35 degrees. The daily record there is 36. France is, of course, much hotter. In fact, the monthly record for that location is 38.5.
Gee, off it. Might not reach it though.
Also notably for you as well, Lee, Glasgow is currently at 26 it's currently at. The record is 27.2.
It's currently 20 level. About the same.
Yeah, interesting.
It's interesting stuff.
Hello.
And the thunderstorms
Yeah,
will come
nothing
next.
happened.
Hello.
So that's just the view outside.
Oh, just a minute. Can we get this on the screen? There's the view outside. It's sideways, Daniel.
Oh, sideways, this stupid phone. I'll try it this way instead. Is that any better?
Yeah, black screen. Oh no, it is. Okay.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a
It's a back cloud. Sun's out.
looking fairly cloudy actually. Not
Yeah,
bad.
it's got a lot of cloud. Sun's
Partly
still out.
cloudy.
Yeah.
Here's the view at
Yeah, I can
Force
turn it
13 HQ.
I was going to inside.
So this is where we're at right now. As I've said, 15 temperature records have been broken today. Daily records, no monthly ones yet. Do you think that will happen, Lee? The way it's going this afternoon, still quite a
I
bit of
think
time.
it's possible in a few places. Especially in the southeast. It's been a very interesting day so far. So, could get a whole lot better with thunderstorms later.
How's about
Later, what have you got for us?
let's storm the Duffel Ball. Oh god,
Oh no.
I am butchering these.
Read a
Anyway,
French
storm
street.
over Belgium. He's still going.
Yeah.
Seriously?
I'm not getting anything on the storm weather. Okay. I think I'm not getting any new lightning detection in the UK.
No.
But storm approaching the Channel Islands seems to have weakened.
Yeah, it has actually. There's stuff starting to fire off again.
Definitely
Yeah.
every field starting
Around
to go.
Yuck. Check Malmo as well.
The thunderstorm alert in the Nottingham area has been discontinued
Yeah.
from Force 13. No new strikes have been detected. So we're back to where we were half an hour ago.
Yeah, absolutely radar here. It's quite lively rain over Ireland. Very lively. There is showers approaching Scotland as well. Some of the western isles. It's supposed to be cooler air moving in behind that rain.
Yeah, that would be nice indeed, yes.
Which I do believe is due to come in tonight and tomorrow. And I reckon that some thunderstorms will be triggered across England tomorrow as well. due to that. So keep an eye on that as well.
We're staying rolling here. It's 5 to 3 now, the current time. We'll probably be staying, well, who knows how long we might stay. Depends how much
Yeah,
of
you
these
don't actually know.
thunderstorms develop later.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's also that big band of rain moving through Western Ireland, which is
That's
looking
certainly
fairly
that's just
interesting.
Yeah. I do believe that's a weather front. I'm just going to try and get some confirmation, but I think that's a weather front.
Yeah, it does look like a frontal system.
Yeah. I think it might be a cold front, but I'm just waiting to get some confirmation.
Yeah, it is looking... Could grow stronger throughout today as well.
But that bad, just yeah. It's looking very wet. Looking absolutely drenched. West of Ireland at the moment.
We're now... no, we're not.
Sorry.
I was going to say we're going to do something, but we're not going to do something because technology is preventing us just for a minute here. So we'll get onto that in just a moment. We're coming up to the top of the hour. These are the latest temperatures down the bottom of your screen, 30 degrees in a lot of places. The forecast in many areas into the mid-30s in some areas.
Oh yes. So boiled.
And that has so far been seen at Heathrow, 34. The temperature there. And could get higher still. If you've got any interest in the Netherlands, I've still not managed to confirm any of this, but 3 locations have tied their all-time records. That's Leeuwarden, Groningen, not Groningen, sorry, Gilze region, or I have no idea how that one is supposed to be pronounced in Dutch. Gilse region, I don't know. Rotterdam as well. As well as Schaffen in Belgium, all tying their all-time records. Now would have been a good time to do a little break, but there's nothing really to break with. I suppose what we could show you now is what happened on July the 3rd, 2015, whilst we have a little bit of a break here, because not much is going on.
New storm just popped up over the English channel.
What was that, Liz?
New storm just popped up over the English channel.
Nothing on the radar just yet, but let's take a look at what happened on July the 3rd, 2015, which came after a massive amount of heat. At the end of the heat wave, we had Thundergeddon, I suppose you could say. Although the 3rd of July wasn't so bad, but there were some spectacular flashes that you'll see at some point in the video. Can't remember where. I suppose we'll just have to watch it. July the 3rd. Not seen any flashes yet, but I believe it's coming from that direction. Just starting to see it pop up on radar. I've only heard thunder, I've not seen any lightning yet. We'll be watching and waiting. Okay, I'm keeping this on now. Huge flash came out of nowhere. Didn't even see it. It was bright, it was white, I think. I think it might have been off to the right hand side. So I'm trying to position myself a bit further over if I can. Oh, I don't know if we saw that on camera. It surely was off to the right. No thunder? The thunder actually did just happen as soon as I pressed the stop recording button, so it must be quite some distance away. I'm going to review my footage now. Hopefully nothing will happen whilst I do that. So, just had a quick look at the radar, and there have been some strikes detected around 15 miles from here. I mean, judging by the length of time it took for the thunder to come after the lightning, it's probably not far from the truth. There's a plane up there. And it is to our southwest, which is pretty much where this camera's pointed right now. Oh, first rainfall then. It's a beautiful flash over here. You could see the bolt and everything. Exactly where I'm pointing right now. This is to the southeast. Or even east-southeast. Oh, there's another. Pure white, if I'm not mistaken. Oh wow. We're actually expecting these storms a little bit later on tonight, between around 2 and 4 AM on July the 4th, but it seems to have arrived early. Just after 10:30 on July 3rd. And here's the rain then. Oh gosh, that seemed to be right above us on the left there. Well, I think the camera saw that. I wasn't looking. Oh wow. Pretty much due east then now. So that was a little look at what happened on July 3rd, 2015. Some remarkable bolts out the blue that came there in the distance. I certainly remember that well. We're gonna change a little bit now to take a look at what's going on in the tropics. this is the latest on what is now, according to JMA, Typhoon Jongdari. And it's expected to strike Japan in a few days. It's now reached typhoon status. It'll be interesting to see if it gets much stronger. I just wonder if I've also got the HWRF on here. And that was what it was saying yesterday. Let's see what it's saying now. Look at that. That's an interesting track projection by the HWRF for Jongdari as it moves towards land. And that will be a big graze there on the southern coast of Japan with tropical storm force winds for many different areas, and rainfall amounts will be significant as well. That's if that was to occur. As you can see, the model trend has sort of been shifting south gradually, but there is some model consensus on that. That will be interesting to watch as time goes on. But that is now a typhoon according to JMA. I don't know if anyone wants to add any input to that before I move back to back to the UK weather.
I don't know, I know the JTWC was forecasting it to reach category 3 before landfall earlier.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Interesting.
Do you know what they're saying at the moment? They've still got it as a tropical storm.
Yeah. Well, what, 60, 70 miles an hour is it?
Yeah.
I'd go with that.
65.
65. Yeah, I'm still not convinced it's a typhoon myself.
70 mile an hour, 979 they've got it at.
Right. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Well, that was just a little teasing glimpse at Typhoon Jongdari. Back to the UK weather at hand. We should have some latest observations from the Met Office at this hour. Let's see what we've got. We don't have them yet. It will still be another few minutes. We'll keep checking that. Leighton, any news on thunderstorms? Yes, he says. There's a new thunderstorm alert just west of Peterborough.
I was just about to scroll up. Don't know, my map hasn't updated.
Thunderstorm alert. There is some thunderstorm activity near the town of Oundle.
Oh yes. Shows
In,
up on the
in between
after.
Corby and Peterborough. We've got another thunderstorm alert. Just south of Cambridge, west of Saffron Walden, a thunderstorm alert in this area now as well.
Yeah, it's starting to happen now, so all over the place.
So that is the latest information. We'll keep you up to date as they progress.
Yeah, warning out now as well, but it's good.
God, that storm still hasn't moved through the Channel Islands yet. It's moving so slowly.
Here's the view
Not moving, right?
from Force 13 HQ right now. The current temperature here is now up to 30 degrees Celsius as the sun begins to creep out a little bit more.
Yeah, temperature still 26, yeah.
We've got 15 locations that have set new UK daily temperature records so far today. We'll probably see some more coming up soon as well.
Cloud cover now, apparently.
Yeah, you have to go close now. Good reason.
The reason why we don't have any arrowheads on these thunderstorms is because they're only thunderstorm alerts. This is to alert of a thunderstorm that's beginning to develop. It hasn't yet reached level 1, which is what we define. This is what you'll be hearing a lot this afternoon. Level 1 means 1 strike per minute, so over an average 20-minute period. So by definition it would have to reach 20 strikes per minute before we actually designate it as a level 1 thunderstorm. So until it does reach that threshold, it is a thunderstorm alert only. But that thunderstorm just south of Cambridge, that could end up in Cambridge maybe, and the one near Peterborough as well. The one near Cambridge has occurred near Great Chishill. Additionally, there are a few significant rain areas out there right now, and that's sometimes where we can look for our next possible storm. So we've got those ones that we've already marked. The one near Nottingham is still active. It's east of Nottingham now. There's one east of Chesterfield. There's one just south of Mansfield. These are all rain areas, not thunderstorms. There's one south of Harrogate. There's one just east of Spalding. There's one near Market Harborough.
Wasn't the radar not updated?
Yeah, I've got one as well. Later. With 3 dancers.
Large. Ooh. Storm in Nottingham's very large now.
It looks pretty distant.
The storm's blowing up near it.
We've also got more temperature news now. It's reached 34 degrees in London Central and Northolt.
Northolt.
Or Northolt, rather. Northolt at 34 degrees. I'm just cross-checking now to see whether that is near or at a monthly record yet. No, some distance. Some great distance before it gets to a monthly record at Northolt. The record there is 35.7. So still some distance. Well, 1.7 to go. But 34 degrees in a few locations now, and we're still yet to see any of this happening in Kent. We've got 32 at Gravesend, which is the highest in the area. Other than that, only around 31, as far as I can see at the minute, but there aren't that many inland observations. Yeah, you know, and Lee was pointing out earlier, when you look at some of these websites that have all sorts of other observations as well, private observations and such, don't listen to them. It can give you a bit of an idea. For instance, I'm looking at some private observations inland Kent, and you could maybe add 2. It's not a stretch to suggest that it's 34 degrees in inland Kent right now. London temperature is about right. The southeast of London is maybe slightly warmer than 34, but some thermometers in the area are saying 38. Well, that's clearly not the case.
Yeah, it's the same in Amsterdam.
One thermometer near Leatherhead is saying 50. Wonderful.
Oh, for God's sake.
That's probably in
That's obviously not true.
Oh, that's obviously the sun too much. My God.
Probably that, or I've got the thermometer above some boiling water.
Oh, it could be. It's 34. Ah, that's what to do, I believe. Yes.
I'm just again cross-checking some locations here to see whether they're near a record or whether we've got any new records that we can tell you about yet. But I don't believe we've got anything new.
Spain's under 21 as well. With 35 hundred.
Daniel, you're still here. Are you still alive?
No.
Oh.
Just kidding. Yeah, I'm probably gonna
No.
head off.
No.
In a few minutes. Fine.
You can't do that.
I've not really got that much material to show.
Well, Norway was asking not long ago, Norway Tracking, one of our regular commenters,
Yeah.
whether we're going to be doing an online poll today. Maybe the poll should be, should Daniel stay on the stream?
Yeah.
So it should.
Yeah, they should make the poll. Yeah.
I'm not going to put it on the community tab, but please let us know. Should Daniel stay on our stream or not whilst we're here?
I won't be angry if anyone says no.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
See what happens. Yeah, I've got nothing new to report at the moment.
Storm now popping up on the map between Cambridge and Chelmsford. Just had its first lightning strike.
And I'm not sure we've got news of that yet, but we do have news of a 16th location that has now broken its daily record here in the UK. That location is Yeovilton, which is very close to Yeovil itself. Yeovilton, which I believe is in Somerset.
Is that the southeast?
In the southwest.
Oh,
30 degrees at that location right now. The previous record was 28.5. The monthly record in that location is 36.
Oh, I'll not get near that.
36 and a bit more as well.
Oh,
36.3. That was in 1983.
1983.
So still some way off that, but that is another location now that has a new heat record of some description.
Well, that took a while to break.
What's that?
What era was that? What, 35 years?
No, that's the monthly record at that location.
Aye, 35.
We haven't got there anywhere near that yet. We've got another thunderstorm alert. Sorry to break in. It's northeast of Nottingham now. That same cell as before has spawned another thunderstorm alert. That is at Newark-on-Trent. And that one seems to be developing quickly, actually. The one in Cambridgeshire is also developing. The one near Peterborough I don't think is developing. The two at the other ends, though, they're both developing at this point. That both look like they're going to become something significant. Interesting. So this is the latest now, and you can see more it evolving this afternoon. Let's check back now with the latest from Force 13 HQ. There's the view. Current temperature here now is back down to 29.4.
Back up, you
It was
Or was it
30 a
down?
minute ago.
Oh, it was fair.
Picking up again.
See an interesting thunderstorm near Peterborough.
Now I'm going to go through all of those temperatures that you see on the bottom of the screen again as they do their hourly update. Let's go through it. Lowick right now is at 17. That was forecasted. Wick is currently I'm trying to find out that. We're not really sure. 20, we're keeping it at. Stornoway is now up to 20, the forecast was 21. Inverness is now at 27, the forecast was 28. Aberdeen is dependable, actually.
What's Aberdeen at?
I wonder if there's any cloud cover near there, because the temperature appears to have gone all the way down to 19 there.
It's probably got a lot of cloud north for Scotland.
Dundee also down to 19 from 20. Stirling remains at 26. Glasgow remains at 25. As said earlier, the record there, the daily record, I think 26 point something. Edinburgh, 26 still. Carlisle is still at 26. Newcastle is still at 27. Belfast is still at 23, so no changes along that row. Lancaster is now at 24, that's up 2. York is at 28, that's up 1. Leeds is at 27, that remains the same. Dublin is now at 23, that's up 1. Manchester is 29, that's up 2 and level with the forecast. Liverpool 26 remains the same. Sheffield is at 29, remains the same. Stoke is at 27, that's down 1. Nottingham, which did have that thunderstorm not long ago, that's down 1 to 29. Birmingham now is 31. Leicester is at 31, that's up 1 as well. Forecast there is for 32. Norwich is now at 32, the forecast there is 33. Swansea is at 22, that's actually down 1. It was forecasted 25. Cardiff is at 25. Gloucester is at 29, that's down 1. The forecast was 30 and it did reach 30. Bristol is at 29, that's now tied its forecast, up 1. Oxford remains at 31, it was 32 2 hours ago. Cambridge is now at 32, still, forecasted high is 34. London is at 34 still, forecasted high of 35. Canterbury is still at 31, that's up 1. Forecasted high was 35, doesn't look like it's going to get there. Southampton is now at 31 still, the high is 32. Exeter is at 27, that's up 2, and the forecast there is 28. Penzance, sorry, that Plymouth first before Penzance, 24 still there, and 24 still at Penzance. And finally Jersey on the Channel Islands is still at 23, so not that many of them have changed.
Yeah, they've gone back one.
In the last hour, and actually I think more have gone down than up.
Yeah, look, it could be peaking now actually. I don't think the big peak just now.
I think it'll come back.
On. But we'll keep an eye on it. It should be at least 5 o'clock at the peak. Anyways.
What's the lighting there?
So that is the very latest. You're up to date with the latest temperatures across the country. Please send in your observations. Conditions around the country right now. If you've got any images or videos to send to us, we'd love to see them. Please send it through to one of our social platforms on Facebook or Twitter. Search Force 13. We're remaining here, who knows how long for, and we're so far up to 16 daily records that have been set today, this July 26th. Still no monthly records yet, and we wait with bated breath to see firstly whether that occurs, and secondly whether we may have some new all-time records in the Netherlands. Three locations at the last hour had tied their all-time records. So we are just waiting for whatever may happen next, and maybe tracking some thunderstorms. Indeed, we now can call our first level 1 thunderstorm of the day. That is the one further south. We're just preparing our graphics here.
But they're pretty bad, that was it. That's why. It's so decent, but they're pretty bad.
You have to bear with us whilst we prepare some graphics, but I can tell you that the one near Cambridge is now a level 1 thunderstorm.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Thanks for
Where's that?
Cambridge,
Okay.
north of London.
Interesting.
We're just preparing our graphics to that effect.
But then you can see.
I believe we're now able to present that. There is the level 1 thunderstorm that's headed towards Cambridge slowly but surely right now. So this is our first thunderstorm of the day, and as it crosses into our next area, there's another thunderstorm alert.
Good to see the Arnold thing.
Sorry?
I'd say I like to see that Arnold thing in the number in it. Good to see it again.
Yep, there it is. So that is first significant one of today. Also, near Newark-on-Trent and near Sutton in Ashfield, significant thunder activity going on there. Not quite enough to call it a level 1 yet, as Peterborough fades away from that thunderstorm alert zone as well. So this is what we've got right now.
Just had 2 new strike. Oh, okay.
Yes?
That's the one in Nottingham's getting more active.
Yes. It is, yes.
Yeah, that might be about 3 strikes in the last 10 seconds. 4.
What storm's that?
Curious.
Yeah, though it's
Hampshire.
moving north-northeast.
If you're in the Cambridge area, send us a message.
Show me, got one of these storms moving towards me. I love storms.
Is Daniel still here?
Don't think so.
Yes,
Long suffering.
just in the car there. If not,
Long suffering Daniel is still with us.
I mean, I might leave.
No!
Just come back in, Daniel.
We're now making the call to issue level 1 on the other system as well. Level 1, that is located just about here. No, it isn't. It's a bit further north than that. Level 1 thunderstorm moving away towards the next area there. That's another area that has a thunderstorm alert at this point with that level 1 thunderstorm. That's what we have right now. So these are the first 2 significant thunderstorms to have formed today, and obviously we're going to be seeing, well, we think we're going to be seeing many more. There are some significant rain areas as well, mainly around these 2 systems, to be honest, but there is a significant rain shower at Ripon right now, and also just south of Driffield in the East Riding of Yorkshire. Further west, if if you were looking at that preliminary rain band that we put out earlier in the northern in Scotland, there's really not much left of that now. It's fizzling out. But the big fat one that's moving through Ireland at this point is moving very slowly. In the past 2 hours it's probably moved by about that much. Not much at all. So this is the UK picture as we see it at 3:30 PM local time. We've been here since midday. We will continue to be here for some time yet. Let's look outside again at Force 13 HQ, which is warmer again. We're now at 30.1 Celsius here.
It's very jumpy there, isn't it? Fluctuates.
It's because of the sporadic cloud cover.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's very jumpy. Down to down one here, no nation twins.
Okay,
Even though
things
it's
are
blue
getting
skies
real.
here.
It's now a level 2. Level 2
This is that. Oh, that's odd.
at Newark on Trent.
This is in that yellow warning for thunderstorms.
Of course.
One in Nottingham appears to be just outside the area, but the other one's definitely within the area.
Yeah.
And that storm that is moving towards the Channel Islands is
Not
And
worth
just to say
thinking
that-
about.
It's probably going to disappear over the water.
yeah, and just as I said that, more lightning struck. Yeah, lovely.
Yes. If you've got any questions for us whilst we're on the air, do send them in. Start your message with Force 13, all in text. We had a question earlier about if an El Nino is developing. Well, this is similar to 2015 daylight today, but not really in the world stage. Any comment? I guess not. It's a tough crowd tonight. There are still sporadic thunderstorms occurring across many parts of France. They're starting to liven up a little bit. Massive thunderstorms occurring on the border with France and Italy, actually, just north of Nice. Significant thunderstorms there, but only just beginning here.
Oh, we got a new storm showing up near Leeds and Wakefield.
Now there was a system in that area, but we've no confirmation of that at this point. Although we can now, this system is developing. It's now a stage 3, and we are now issuing severe thunderstorm warnings for these areas.
That Nottingham storm's going really active.
This is
It's
the
definitely
first
fired up now.
severe thunderstorm warning of the day.
I have to give you your due later. You did say about 3 o'clock. Onwards,
Yeah, I said about 4 o'clock.
Yeah. so it's definitely happened.
He's
Definitely starting.
So there it is right now. That one's developing. The other one, we're getting very close to calling it a level 2 storm as well, but not quite at this point. What do we expect in terms of severe weather? High winds, flooding, hail, question mark. Comment.
Oh my god, how many strikes are happening on this Nottingham?
They're too busy to comment, clearly. Leighton,
Yeah,
what severe weather you're expecting?
in my area.
No, from these thunderstorms.
I don't know, some of them could go severe. Pretty much like this one is now that I've got on the screen.
Wait a
could
minute,
have
wait a
hail
minute,
in
wait a
the
minute, wait a
strongest
minute, wait a
cells.
minute, wait a minute. Let's get that screen. Go ahead.
There could be hail in some of the stronger cells, maybe damaging winds. Flash flooding will certainly be a threat, as I said earlier. So how dry it's been the last few months. Just a case of being vigilant, really. Jesus, this thing is exploding.
It's now level 4.
Oh god, I need a link.
Level 4 thunderstorm currently occurring. As well as now a level 2 approaching Cambridge at this point. If you're in the Cambridge area, or if indeed you are in the area that's having that blown up thunderstorm right now, it's near
That's
Newark-on-Trent and near Mansfield.
Ah. Oh my god, how badly am I lagging?
And now let me see if there's any more information I can possibly bring to you. We've got some news here. The Leeuwarden in the Netherlands is still tying its all-time record.
Oh, here we go, I can move.
And this is unconfirmed, but apparently Gilze Region, or whatever it's called in the Netherlands, is now apparently at 38 Celsius. Which is a new all-time record if true.
Certainly not.
So we're still monitoring all of those things right now as we continue to count any temperature records that have occurred across the UK today. We have now, I believe, got information, have we?
It is getting really muggy.
It's about 1:50.
We're going to hold back on this information because we're not sure about it. We now have news that, different news, that Humberside has tied its monthly record at 31 degrees, and that is also the 17th area station to break its daily record, now tied for the monthly record. Marham has also broken its daily record now. The current temperature there is 33. The previous record was 32.1.
28 people watching.
Southampton has broken its daily record. The temperature is now 29. The previous record was 28.6. Manchester is now at 29. The previous record was 28.8. That's Manchester Airport.
Oh.
That now makes 20 locations that have a new heat record today. No, not 2, 20. And the dog certainly approves. Who's ever
Oh, I do
dog?
apologise
Maybe.
about the dog. So bad a minute, damn it, this minute. I'll stupid dog, yeah.
So
damn
this is the latest information. 20 UK temperature records have been broken today, daily records, and we have one now tied for a monthly record. That's the latest information that we have right now, and that is Humberside. There are some other...
Storm is picking up again.
We'll get to that in just a minute. Other locations don't look particularly close to breaking a monthly record, I have to say. It doesn't look like yet that we're going to get those extremely high temperatures of 35 or more that we thought we may have seen today. I don't know yet, we'll see. It may be as a result of these thunderstorms forming just as the main heat would have arrived. So these areas are now two distinct thunderstorms here. So it's one is a 3 and the other one is much further west now and is a 2. A 3 and a 2. If you're wondering what any of this means, I was just distracted there for a minute. What the numbers mean there, that corresponds to the amount of lightning flashes per minute is to be expected in those thunderstorm cells. The number is the center of the storm, the arrow is where it's headed. The orange with the red outline there, that's a severe thunderstorm warning for these areas. The pale pinkish colour there is a severe thunderstorm watch, and the lighter colour there is a thunderstorm alert for less severe thunderstorms. The more harsh orange colour around the sides there, that's the heat advisory, and the darkest colour of them all there, that's the excessive heat warning, and they'll slowly start to peel away as the day enters its later stages. We had some questions. Is it raining in Ireland too? It is raining in Western Ireland.
Yeah, it's right.
Easily.
And I've just had an inflow.
A question I don't really understand. Why is it 24 degrees Celsius in Manchester right now? It says it on my weather app. I don't know what weather app you're using, but certainly our observations are much different. You'll see them go by on the bottom of your screen shortly.
Storm. Oh my god, look how many strikes are going.
Let's go back to Leighton's screen.
New storm near Nottingham. This is nuts. There's at least 3 storms on my screen right now. And I've been bitten.
Well, the one near Nottingham is too small to even be considered a level 1 storm now.
Can't reflect through it, just through it.
Pardon?
It's currently 34 up to 4.
Yeah.
Airport.
And Gatwick is at 33.
Checking Gatwick. Yep, Gatwick's 33.
Just going to do another little check of what rainfall is currently occurring. Not much of it yet really, but it is starting to crowd a bit more, especially along the eastern coast. Some areas are going to be fortunate in receiving significant thunderstorm activity.
Oh my god, what is this thunderstorm complex doing?
Probably let's get fully upwards, it's 35. Home.
There was just so many lightning strikes then.
Yeah.
Yeah, just check that.
Might have a line of severe storms forming.
It could end up that way.
This thing, this is working.
To the wider view. No thunderstorm risk near Force 13 HQ, I can tell you that, because there never is. Here is the view though. I don't think that's rain in the distance, I think that's just a trick of the camera. But if it is, we'll take it. There's no hint of any rain in this area, it doesn't appear to be.
Time to yam another piece of chocolate then with.
But as you can see, it is significantly, I don't really want to say darker, but it's less bright than it was. The sun is still poking out every now and again, still, and we're still at 30 degrees Celsius, 29.9 right now. There's also a rain area near Peterlee and Hartlepool in the northeast. All of these locations that we're looking at rain right now seems to be precursoring on the later thunderstorms.
Is that rain I can see in the distance, or is it just the clouds?
I don't think it's rain.
No, I don't think it is.
Just to go on a whistle-stop tour around Europe again with the latest temperatures there. Groningen tying its monthly record at 35 Celsius. Amsterdam tying its monthly record at 34 Celsius. Wittmundhaven in Germany is currently at 34. The monthly record is 35. Nordholz in Germany is also at 34. The record is 34.8. Florennes in Belgium is at 34. The record is 36, monthly record. Cherbourg in France is now at 26. The record there is only 24. The daily record. Lille in France is at 35. The monthly record there is 36. Rotterdam is at 35. That's tying its all-time record. Deelen in the Netherlands is at 36. The record is 30. The monthly record is 36.2. Brussels in Belgium is at 35. The airport. The record is 35.8. The monthly record. And the all-time record there is actually 35.9. Bovichain in Belgium is at 35. The record there, monthly record and all-time record, is 35.7. In Hanover in Germany, the temperature there is 34. The record, monthly record, is 36. Düsseldorf in Germany is currently at 36. The monthly record is 37. Antwerp in Belgium is currently at 36. The monthly record and all-time record, both of them, is 38.
Oh, you got your feet.
Eindhoven in the Netherlands. 36. The record there is, the monthly record is 36.5. 36.4, I'm sorry. The all-time record is 36.6, so an 0.6 off the all-time record there. At Maastricht, it's currently 36. The all-time and monthly record for July is 38.2. Malmo in Sweden is still tying its monthly record. Hasn't broken it yet, but still tying it at 32. Uppsala in Sweden as well is also tying its monthly record, 33 degrees.
That line of severe storms, I'm going to call it now, is just berserk.
We'll look at it shortly. And also, just a note here, locations that may break a daily record in the next hour in the UK. Scampton. That's it.
That's it.
Linton-on-Ouse as well. Linton-on-Ouse may do it as well. And Waddington. These are all in the east of the country. And even Wick. Wick in the northern part of Scotland is at 19. The daily record there is 20.
Yeah, quite cool.
Cardiff is currently at 26. The record there, the daily record is 27. So a few places there just off by a degree or so. Watching it very closely. As we will be watching the thunderstorms, we have two things that we're talking about right now. It's a seriously long line of thunderstorms right now.
They all seem to be severe now at this point as well.
And I guess we'd better catch up.
They seem to be stretching from down near Nottingham to up near...
Jamie Wyman says that there's a big storm around Gainsborough. We can attest to that because there's a severe thunderstorm warning in that area now as well, because this thunderstorm has expanded massively, and we are now calling that a level 8.
Jesus Christ.
Pretty severe level 8.
The one that started near Mansfield is now a level 3 as well. That's moving towards Worksop. So this is what we are looking at right now. The one that was near Cambridge is now over Cambridge and is still only a stage 2, but is now moving over Cambridge and is now heading north-northeast. There is also a few isolated flashes north of that area as well, so we're watching that one fairly closely too.
We've got a fairly inactive, in terms of lightning strike, storm in Sheffield now as well.
Thunderstorm alert for Leicestershire as well, just northeast of
Leicester.
Leicester.
The line that I'm watching.
And this indeed is moving quite significantly as well, this level 8 at the moment, and it is getting larger. Although not a level 8 anymore, a level 7. Still significant and moving off towards the north. The thing is about this one is it's quite spread out as well. Not only does it entail that area, but it also has a long trailing arm. This is how it's really looking. Lee, tell us about what you're expecting on the forecast over the next week or two.
I think it'll be a cooler respite over the weekend. Like the sales around, so it's well paid. Then next week it actually gets really warm again, possibly get into the 30s again.
Interesting.
Some parts of the southeast. So I think it's another 1 week ahead.
So we're going to be doing this all again. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this every day now.
Well, it's possible next week again. It's really warm again. As we head into August, I really believe that, man. August next week. So yes, yeah, very warm summer. I have to admit, this has been probably the best summer of this century so far. Well, definitely beating 2003 and 2006.
What has?
I think this summer was actually